How to use Microsoft Word 2019 for beginners.
All I think about you.